Hi folks, how are you today? This is a pair of stylus shears that I've been asked to sharpen, and this particular pair has two large nicks in it. You can see here in the inset picture what the nicks look like. I've actually marked these nicks with a pen so that you can track them throughout the process here and see how we're going with this sharpening. There are a couple things I want to point out. These are Japanese scissors. They have a hollow on the inside with a tiny little perimeter line all the way around. And these are very much like Japanese chisels and Japanese sushi knives. The design of the back of the scissor is really very, very similar. One of the key points here is not to over sharpen the back of the scissor. And I'm going to be repairing these nicks. You can see them here in the inset picture. And I'll be using the Sharpening sharpening system to do that. We're going to sharpen right up to 30,000. We ought to be able to completely erase those two nicks. Now I have the 1,000 very, very flat. I'm going to clean it off real good. I'm going to take the shear and slide the stone here right out to the edge of the stone holder. That way I can get my fingers, right up to the edge. I'm going to have to, first of all, completely wipe out that nick. So I'm going to start going dead vertical. Find out where the scissor starts there. And I'm just going to go very carefully here, vertically. And right at the edge of the stone, I can feel that nick. No use trying to sharpen until that nick is completely wiped out, and literally vertically shaping the scissor. Okay, now that I've completely wiped out those two little nicks using this vertical technique very delicately on the 500 grit stone, I'm going to take out a 16,000 grit Sharpening stone. I'll put that 500 aside, put the shear aside for a moment, and flatten my 16,000. Now I'm going to take the diamond plate here, this super flat diamond plate, and I'm actually going to tilt it this way. And I'm going to roll over, just very slightly, roll over the long edge of my stone. Now that that long edge is slightly rolled over, it will help me to remove the burr on the back of the shear. The shear has a curve in this dimension. So I don't want to flatten the scissor down here. What I want to do is start here at the edge and pull it right over off the edge here, getting as much support as I can and cut that burr off. So I'm working that inside ride line this way and removing that burr completely. So now I have successfully reshaped the line. I've gotten rid of the nick, and it's time to sharpen the scissor. I've trued it up now, so we're going to sharpen it now. So I'll put that 16,000 aside, and now I'm going to bring out a 2,000 grit stone here. I'm going to start here and just tilt right up. It's a fairly steep bevel here, so we're going to tilt right up to it. And I'm just going to work here this way. See, I'm lifting and curving right in. Now I'm going to move it all the way down. Now I can feel a tiny little burr rolled around. So I'm going to switch back over to that 16,000, the one where I rolled over the edge with the diamond plate. See how the black is out in the stone? It's not over at the edge. That's because I've created this little hump. So I'm actually able to support the inside of the curve in the scissor there. Now I'll put that 16 aside, and I'm going to pick up a 4,000. Now I'm going to repeat that same process. I'm just going to work the steel up with the wrist, down to the point. Now I will bring the 16 back, cut the burr off, again using my little hump on the 16,000. Only stone touching the back of the scissor, or the inside ride line as many folks call it, is the 16,000 here. So really starting to get sharp. I'm going to repeat that process one more time with my 4,000 just to get a little more metal off of there. Go back to the 16 and remove the burr again. See how I'm hitting right inside? That's because I shaped that edge over a little bit. Oh, now it's really starting. Oh, yeah, that's good. Very nice. Why don't we just go right up to 16? I'm going to turn my 16 around here. This is my Sharpening 30,000 grit glass stone, and we'll mount it up here on the stone holder. We'll just clean the diamond plate also, see if we can get that a little cleaner, make sure we don't drag any sludge from the other stones up there. We'll flatten the 30,000. I'm going to do the same thing to my 30. I'm just going to roll over the edge ever so slightly so it'll match up inside that shear a little better. Take the shear here and let's work the back a little bit. Very delicate. I'm not using a lot of pressure here. And now we'll sharpen from the bevel side and cut the burr off. Very gently vertical join it right once there at the end. And that's it, folks. That is my sharpening technique using the Sharpening system for a shear. Just to go back, I used the 500, I used the 2,000, I used a 4,000, I used the 16,000, and finally the 30,000 grit glass stone, along with Sharpening's diamond on glass lapping plate, one of the real heavy holders, and the pond, which is nice because it collects all the mess and I'll be able to wipe up real easily here when I'm done. So let's check this out with the microscope and you can see what the final product looks like compared to when we started. Well, we'll just put these back together, adjust them just a little bit there. It looks very nice, very nice. They sound just beautiful. I think these shears will be just fine. Peace and good shearing.